Okay, do we have audio now? Both game and desktop microphone audio, or we're still on the blind here? Oh, excellent, thanks. Yeah, OBS actually disconnected my microphone, so I've been talking for 10 minutes without knowing. I should have realized because I didn't saw the microphone volume meter moving around. I don't have time to find the right word. So yeah, I'm sorry. I should have noticed. Right, so the car is almost ready to race, so yeah, may as well do that. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Let me know if it's too loud or if it's too low, so I can pause the game and change the play a bit with the sliders. Ah, no, never mind. The car I want to find, it's not here, so we'll have to restart. I hope it's here now. It's here now? No, it's not. Those wondering, I'm trying to find the Shelby Series 1 because it's really quick. And yeah, it'll make for an interesting race. Yeah, no, I have the microphone set up for OBS usually, but now it didn't show. I don't know why. It's not pulling it in. It's not pulling the car in. That's disappointing, actually. Last night when I was trying everything and got the thumbnail, it got it first try. So yeah. I guess we'll do it with these guys then. But sometimes, since I have to change USBs around, my microphone gets disconnected and I have to put it again on the settings, so I tend to forget. It's on the back of the computer to make it worse, so I don't remember if I have it on or not. Even if I would like a better microphone in the future, because this one is a bit, how to say, when I say things, sometimes they cut off for no reason and I have to talk really loud. And even when I talk really loud, they cut off still. I don't know if I have to play with these settings a bit more, if it's something with the volume or compression or whatever that the microphone has that's playing in. So that's something to look into when I have time. Oh, well. Oh. He went straight into the wall. Yeah, that section is a bit funny actually. You have to brake before the last jump, so you get to make it in time for the turn. If you brake after the jump, you're not gonna make it. That's how it goes. That's why I always brake before the jump, because otherwise you just go straight into the wall. I have no idea how many times I'll have to stop in this race. I assume I'll have to make 2 stops, and I don't know how many the AI make. There's a chance they might beat me on pit strategy, which will be really embarrassing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. For now I'm first, The Mustang on the lead seems quite fast, but now it's trailing behind, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Which reminds me, on the original NTSC release, the one I made the M12 video on, here in this race you have a TBR Griffith as an opponent, but it doesn't do much really. I mean, it's okay at best. You never seen it much as a threat really. It's just in the middle of the pack most of the time. It doesn't bother much. To the point that at first I always thought it was part of the original lineup, but no, it doesn't make much sense. It's not on the original lineup. Yeah, the Mustang seems to be behind right now. I thought it will be a bit more... It will keep up with me, because it looked pretty quick at first, how we pulled away from the rest of the pack, but I guess not. Which brings me to my next point, that front-wheel drive cars in Gran Turismo 2 are actually really competitive. They drive pretty well, so yeah, I mean, you can use them for most races. You'll have no problem with them. With a bit of setup, you don't have to deal with understeer. Actually, it's really fun. Of course, they aren't the fastest car in the game, but they are pretty competitive. As you can see, you don't need anything too fast to be competitive. Hello there, Pizza Mega Games. How are you doing today? Gran Turismo 3 is interesting. I've been thinking about it. I might make a video explaining why it's such a difficult game, and a few tricks to avoid the beginner traps most people fall in. Because once you realize how to tackle it, it's not that difficult. In fact, I actually like Gran Turismo 3 a lot. It's pretty fun. You know, most people don't like the competitive, the professional league, but I kind of do. The long races add a little bit of a strategy to it. The most annoying one is the front-wheel drive cup in professional. That one is so annoying. Especially the last race. The last race is just stupid. That I will admit, I'll give you that one. Yeah, I went a bit too fast there. So actually, even thinking about that, does anyone here watch Formula One or not? Because it's been a month almost without a race and it's getting a bit boring. I think we'll have one by the end of the month. Baku should come by the end of the month if I recall. But it's been a while actually. I've been looking a little bit online because the new the hypercar class has been racing a bit, and we'll get those in Le Mans this year, and it will be pretty fun to see the new cars. Oh, you got the F1. That's really nice. That's really useful actually. Given how little life the engines have in Gran Turismo 3, having as much F1 cars is really useful. Yeah, this car's struggling with this turn now. I think it's the tire wear, or it's already starting to play in. But still, even without an F1 car, the early races are kind of easy. Especially if you have enough money to upgrade whatever the starter car which you can buy, which usually is an MX-5, because the other cars aren't too good really. Personally, I don't like them, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not a big fan of the other cars. Yeah, the suspension is a bit stiff, it didn't like that jump. I've been struggling with it since the start of the race, actually. Yeah, they removed all cars for the PAL release. They just named them 001 and 002. The 001 is the better one, if I recall. It's the naturally aspirated one they based on the 90s cars. I personally like the NTSC F1 cars because the liveries are really nice. And you get the name of the car they are based on, which is another nice detail. Compared to the future Formula cars like the Formula Gran Turismo from Gran Turismo 4 and the like, the cars from Gran Turismo 3 are so much better. Oh, hey Tikanji, yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah, actually with a bit of setup the car goes sideways rather nicely. It virtually has no understeer, it just oversteers, which is hilarious for a front-wheel drive car. I barely have to do much effort to make it turn in. It just slides with the throttle, and I like it that way. You can't do this type of thing in future Gran Turismo games. You really can't. Yeah, the Neon is an Underground 1, but the Underground 1 Neon is the two-door version. Oh, come on. Here we have a four-door, and can also buy a two-door, which is called the Neon RT, and comes with stripes. But I didn't want to use that one because, yeah, it has stripes, and it has a better look than the average four-door Neon. I wanted it to look as basic as possible. Because that's kind of the point of all this all. Actually, in this game, the neon that there you can buy is called the Neon ACR, which is a special version of the Dodge Neon. It came with a better engine, and they removed pretty much all the useless stuff. It was oriented for a racing series, and in the first year the first year that it released, you could only buy it with a license for that series. Then they open it for the general public, but they are still kind of rare. The first generation Dodge Neon ACR. I never liked the Mercury Cougar in this game. It feels too heavy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't like it at all. Maybe I'm used to the license test and driving that green thing for way too many hours. But I don't like the Mercury Cougar at all. I prefer other cars in the FF class. Now we're going to lap a Charger. That's fun. Yeah, we found the first traffic car here already. I really wanted to get the Series 1 to spawn because it will be a totally different race if we have the Series 1 here. It will be really close. But I couldn't right now, so I'll have to save it for another time. Also, a lot of people kind of sleep on muscle cars in this game. They change a lot once you put a racing transmission on them when have 5 gears. Because originally the main problem they have is the 4-gear transmission that's just terrible. And yeah, you're pretty much losing all the power with those 4 gears. Once you change the transmission, they become really competitive. The Eclipse is just okay, I guess. I never used it too much. I think it's the front-wheel drive Eclipse. You don't have the all-wheel drive Eclipse. Or you have both and I'm forgetting about it. Might be both. Could be wrong there. But it's an okay car. The thing about Gran Turismo 2 is that you don't have to try too hard to be competitive. Most cars are competitive with the right setup. Favorite Gran Turismo game? Probably this one, Gran Turismo 2. 4 is okay. I mean, I really like 4, but I have a few problems with it. Let's put it that way. Let's be nice about it. I really like Gran Turismo 4, Gran Turismo 3 as well. But I have a few issues with those games, and well, I do like them a lot. I also like to play this one a lot because it's the most nostalgic one for me. So my nostalgia might be getting on the way of my judgment, probably just a bit. Yeah, I could have gone for a bit shorter on the gears though. They have a bit sorry, 5th gear is a bit long on the main straight, so I could have used a shorter 5th gear. Yeah, but 1 to 4 are actually pretty solid. I didn't get to play afterwards like 5, 6, now 7 and sports. I didn't get to play those yet. And I don't think that will change over the future. So I don't have any thoughts about those. The thing is, all the first Gran Turismo, like 1 through 4, have this. I guess it's nostalgia for most of us, but at the same time, they are really good games. And you always come back to them because you can always do a different playthrough with different cars and try different stuff to challenge yourself. At least that's what I do. I try to challenge myself each time I play one of these games. And it works out because it allows me to come back as often as I will like, as often as they deserve. Because otherwise you'll just end up forgetting about them. Yeah, I might have to stop in the next lap or so. The tires are starting to get worn. Oh yeah, I should add, for all of you that are interested on the channel, we have a Discord server in the description. If you want to join and keep updates with whatever I'm going to do, feel free. I try to stream at least twice a week. The days aren't certain because I tend to move them around for schedule reasons, but at least twice a week I'll put on the stream of Gran Turismo 2. We might move on to different games in the future when this is over. So we'll see what comes in the future. Yeah, Gran Turismo 5 is Gran Turismo 5 is the one I want to try the most, because I remember how controversial it was at of its release and how everyone was complaining about the premium cars and all of those things, but I never got to sit with it myself and see if it's good or bad, so I've always been curious about it. And yeah, I'm only half a second away from that 137, aren't I? Yeah, if I pit too early, I may just throw the race away because I think they are going to do a one-stop. And there's a car which is actually rather quick, I guess, the Mustang on front. I only got to pull away because he went wide into this exact turn and he crashed into the wall. So yeah, I might have to be careful with that. I have no rush to pit, I'm fine right now, so I can just push it as much as I want. Also, if you hear a bit of a noise in my microphone, it's probably because it's raining outside and it might start raining a bit too hard. So yeah, that's kind of why there might be a bit of a background noise. Also, yes, PS3 was insanely difficult to develop, and yeah, Sony kind of suffered for that in that generation, didn't they? They totally lost to the Xbox 360. Which also reminds me, I want to try Forza games one day, but emulating them seems a bit tricky, and I totally don't have the resources or money to find the original games, an original console, and a capture card to record them. So those are on the list as well. Totally on the waiting list, just for a bit. I'll try to make it until lap 20 in this set of tires so I can just do a one stop. We'll see if my plan works out because I have 5 laps more and that's a lot. I'm asking a lot of these tires, but we'll see how it goes. I do find it crazy that super softs have the same endurance as the rest of other tires. Ooh, we're struggling now. I find it a bit crazy, really. It doesn't make much sense, but each is just how it goes, I guess. You can't ask too much of a PlayStation 1 game. That I get. It's fair, you know. They were trying things, and some stuff just went on under the radar. Oh yeah, did the Sega Saturn have any good racing games now that you mention it? I never heard anything about racing games on the Sega Saturn. So that might be the the case. They have none. Yeah, seeing how this race is going, like in time-wise, I think I'll have time for another race, and I think which one I can make after this one is done. Yeah, but super hards are kind of bad personally. I don't like super hards in Gran Turismo 3. I get why you have to use them, and yes, I use them all the time, but Jesus, they have so low grip. It's so annoying. Yeah, this thing isn't turning in at all. It's not turning in at all. Easy now. Since it's a front-wheel drive car, the tire wear is so uneven. Like the rear tires are just fine, and the front ones are begging to be replaced. Only the first 3 laps. Yeah, that's interesting. I think the tires, maybe I'm wrong, but as they have different grip levels are already set, so yes, even when they get up to temperature, they'll have less grip than the, say, medium tires. Yeah, this is struggling already. 17 laps on one set of tires. Good enough, I guess. Good enough. Now we'll have our friends, the Invisible Pit Crew. Off we go. Yeah, I thought so. They have less grip than the other set of slick tires, because the handling, even when they get up to temperature, is just terrible. Personally, I mean, I don't like it at all. And I'm from Argentina, pizza games. The neon just power slide out of that turn. Oh god. Yeah, I will start to get scared if my neon went sideways. I will start to get really scared. And we're going side by side with the GT500, which is a nice car actually. I like the GT500. Even if I don't understand why they didn't give us the Coupe GT500, which is more iconic, I guess. That's how it goes. I guess so it goes with licensing. Yeah, I hope I can beat that 137 actually. It will be nice. That's a good question, Tikanji. Probably Canción Animal, probably. I admit Soda Stereo is not much of it on my roster because it's so overplayed throughout my life, but yeah, they have really good music. It's a brilliant band. I always recommend it to people who haven't listened to it. Which actually brings me to a good question. What kind of music you all listen to? Yeah, I was struggling there a bit with the turns. Yes, I can speak Spanish and English somewhat, as you can tell, but most of the time I butcher English and I can speak Spanish like a native speaker. So yeah, I got 2 languages. It comes in handy most of the time, I'll tell you that. The more languages you can speak, the more sort of communities, information, all of that you can access, so it's always really useful to know another language. I guess it really depends on the sort of language that you want to learn. Yeah, Serrat is a brilliant was a brilliant musician actually. He was a really good musician. There's a lot of Argentinian music that I have to explore, funny enough, but you know, I'm always listening to other things, and my list of things to listen is rather big, and I never get around listening all of the things I have to listen. Portuguese, Spanish and English. Yeah, that's pretty solid actually. A lot of people here learn Portuguese or Italian. I kind of wanted to learn Italian, but resources are a bit tight right now, so I can't afford going out to learn a language, you know. Oh, there we go. Ambient, yeah, I actually like a lot of jazz. I don't have it much the genre explored, and I actually prefer most fusion stuff, but yeah, jazz is brilliant music. There's so much good musicians there. For me, I don't have much of a specific genre or time of period. I just listen to whatever comes and clicks with me. I guess most of the stuff that clicks with me is rock, blues, and jazz, and anything that of its variants, really. But I'll give anything a try. For the most part, you know. There's stuff that I already know that I don't like, and it's like, whatever, I'm wasting my time. Yeah, makes sense that you're from Portugal if you know Spanish and Portuguese. Either that or Brazil, you know, it's a small world in the end. It's a really small world when you think about it. Well, we're on the 138 now. Well, we'll see if I can kick down to 137 again. Yeah, so I also have been wondering, like, what kind of cars you people see on the street often enough, like every day? Do you have interesting cars where you live, or is just boring stuff that doesn't really motivate anyone to do anything? Yeah, a lot of tracks got cut for GT3 and GT4 because I guess they were redundant as they didn't need them anymore. Even in this game, while I like them, yeah, they're nice, I get why they didn't make the cut for future games. There's just no, you just can't throw everything when you have limited space. That was the problem way back then. You had DVDs, and for the time of Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4, oh, this guy's going to close me. And CDs for the time of Gran Turismo 1 and 2, so you had limited space and you had to work with that. Anything that wasn't worth the space was cut off the game, it didn't see the light of day. Ah, Ireland is full of Volkswagens, I see, that's interesting. In a way it makes sense, because Volkswagen is one of the most sold brands in Europe, I guess it makes sense in the long run. There's not many brands which actually sell small cars in Europe anymore, right now that Ford said they aren't making any more cars, and guess that's probably the only one that remains is Volkswagen. Then you have the French like Peugeot, Renault, and well, Opel got bought by that gigantic group which is Stellantis, which they own most of the brands now. So yeah, I guess that makes that means there's not enough manufacturers making small cars anymore. Oh, an MX-5 near your home, that's actually really nice. There's nothing interesting near my home. There's nothing interesting. I've seen a few cars, but they don't stay, let's just put it that way. Yeah, Seat sells really well from what I know, because it's a budget brand from Volkswagen. Kind of like Skoda. Skoda sells really well because they're the entry-level cars. I mean, given a car is pretty much the second most expensive thing that most people will buy in their life, if they ever get to buy a house, it's a lot of money that you are asking them to put on a car. And I get why they will go for something cheaper. Personally, I always say that the best way to look into a car is just go used and see what you can find. But I get a lot of people don't want to put up with the hassle of finding a used car, then making sure everything is okay and all of those problems. For me, I will do it, but I get why people don't. It gets annoying really fast, doesn't it? At the same time, some places have like really tempting lease agreements and the like, which pretty much means you don't have to find a used car, you can just buy a new car and lease it for some time. Here in the meantime, like in my country, the used car market is through the roof because there's no new cars. And new cars, of course, are really expensive for most of the country, so people have to settle with used cars. And we're talking like 20, 30 years used cars, like the bottom of the barrel. Ever since I have memory, the car market here has been really crazy, but so is everything here. That's how it goes when you have economic problems. There's not much else to say about that. Oh, come on. Yeah, maybe the suspension is a bit stiff on this thing. Maybe, just maybe. It drives well, so I'm willing to compromise. Another thing that I just remember, like I used to see way back then in the early 2000s when I was a kid, you will see a few neons in the street, like this one, and we also got the later one, but now they're just all gone, which is a bit of a shame. Because they were an interesting sight back then. Oh, right. You guys are hearing the background music in the game because that wasn't supposed to happen. I have to disable it actually. So let me know if you are, because I forgot. I hope this thing doesn't get flagged because of copyright, because I'm gonna be in trouble if it does. Oh man, that's just not going to be fun, isn't it? A bit later on the brakes. Yeah, pretty much if you don't miss a braking zone, you'll always be fine somewhat. You'll manage to save the corner. No, I don't have my headphones on, that's the thing. I don't really listen to the game music. Because if I put my headphones on, I can't really hear my voice, and I always tend to talk louder, and I need to talk louder for the microphone to sound well. So yeah, I totally missed that, and I forgot. I actually made a mental note that I should disable the music, and I didn't. I was too focused trying to make a car spawn on this grid, and it didn't spawn, and I forgot. Oh god. I have to make sure it didn't pick the copyright thing didn't pick up the song. should be off right now, so I fixed it. At least 45 minutes later, I fixed it. I guess that has to account for something. I remember doing these races with the old PlayStation 1 and having the background music on loop. It will make you crazy. You will lose your mind. Oh man. Yeah, I was like, it doesn't have, Gran Turismo 2 doesn't have many songs, so it has like 5 or 6 songs, I guess, at best. And it really bothers me that you can't disable the race music, but keep the menu music on. I mean, I have to use a cheat code to disable the race music and keep the menu music on. It was too difficult to do that, to add 2 different volume sliders. I guess so. I guess it was too difficult for them to add 2 different volume sliders. Oh god, yeah, Super Bonbon is engraved into my head because of this game. God. Oh man. What's also the other song that I remember from Gran Turismo 2? The one from the Stone Temple Pilots, I guess you could say. If that was the name of the band. I always forget the name of that band. Yeah. In the Japanese release of Gran Turismo 1, disabling the music doesn't disable the menu music. That's really interesting, actually. That's really interesting. Also, like, Gran Turismo 1, the soundtracks, I like both, like the Japanese. The race music in the Japanese game is much better than the one in the NTSC or PAL releases. But the menu music, I like both. Personally, of course, I prefer a bit of the Japanese music because it's just so classic and it has a different style than the one on the Western releases, we could say. Oh god. Those themes are legendary, the ones on the Japanese release, to the point that they kept making remixes of them for future games, rather than making new music. Very few people get it right the first time, and that's impressive. Getting it right for the first time. Yeah, GT2 American. Well, it depends. If you got the first release of GT2 American, you will be in trouble. You'll have to deal with the M12 in Trial Mountain. And the garage glitch, which will destroy your entire garage if not outright deleted. My copy on the PS1 was the original American release, like the 1.0. And I lost my garage to it like 4 or 5 times, and I didn't know why at the time. Of course now I know, but back then it was so random to me. And I will lose all of my prize cars. Yeah, it was really traumatic. I lost the GT90 and all the endurance prize cars that way. But later they fixed that, so it doesn't matter. I guess most people now, they play the later releases, or they'll just play Gran Turismo 2 Plus like I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's kind of an issue that got lost to time. Finding an original NTSC copy should be a challenge now, I guess. Or maybe not, given how many copies Gran Turismo 2 has sold. I have no idea, I never tried to search for a copy of Gran Turismo 2. Just 10 laps, well, yeah, 10 laps more, and he started to break a bit early. I'm not going to stop again, I guess. I'm just going to finish this race with whatever tires I'll have. If I even have tires, if we can even call them tires by the end of the race. Yeah, I did a pit stop in lap 17 or 18, I think. But we're not stopping again. We're not stopping again. Also, I'm going to start asking which cars you all think that can beat the race cars in this game, like the Toyota GT1 and all of those other things. I'm actually in need of suggestions for the next race. Because I can think of a couple, but I can't think of all of them, and maybe I'm missing something interesting. And I see the GT500 ahead, and I don't really care much about that one. It's already lapped. Yeah, maybe I have to stop, but I'll try not to, because I have a decent lead, I guess. And I don't think really I have to stop again for 4 laps. We'll see how the car behaves. So far I can still drive it, so whatever, we're fine. And if I have to stop, it will be for like 3 laps at best. And yeah, I don't think I want to do that. At least now. Maybe I change my mind once I start crashing into walls, but we'll see. Yeah, you really went wider, didn't you? The Thompson Tessa, yeah, that's an interesting one. I always liked that car, actually. It gets like 400 horsepower at best, right? Yeah, it gets like 400 horsepower. Yeah, but the thing is, I have to take it to special stage 5 with its near endless main straight. So I'll have to keep that in mind whenever I pick a car for the next race. And the the Plymouth GTX up front is just going away from me. Jesus, they really struggle with those turns. Oh god. I know, it's not fair that I make fun of them, but it's kind of funny, you have to admit that. The suspension just rolls around because the car is so heavy, and the suspension is so soft as well. So it just rolls around. Oh, the HKS drag cars. Yeah, those are brilliant. I always like those. They are near undrivable in any real circuit, but they are so fun. And they have a brilliant livery as well. That HKS livery is just beautiful. I really like it. I always liked it. Oh god. Oh yeah, that's a 140, yeah, almost 143. Jesus, the base is just falling through a cliff. Oh yeah, also, for anyone who played Gran Turismo 2, have you ever tried simulation tires? Because I decided to try them today for curiosity's sake, and they are interesting to say the least. They pretty much make every car almost undrivable, I will say. It doesn't matter how much you play with the suspension or differential or whatever, they just struggle a lot. But something that I found interesting is that they make braking a bit harder, and you can feel a bit of a lockup whenever you brake and turn at the same time, which is an interesting effect, I should say, because you have none of that when you drive normally cars in Gran Turismo 2. Stuck on a Shelby corner. Yeah, big mistake. I tried different cars today, including the TBR Griffith, and I thought it will handle like the TBR Griffith in Gran Turismo 1. It handles even worse, to the point that I was doing like 230 laps in Grand Valley. It was that slow. And I'm going to stop it. This is just unbearable. I'm sorry. I don't really like driving with destroyed tires. I don't have the patience for it. I tried. I also tried the CTR, the Rough Yellowbird, on simulation tires, and that was an interesting experience to say the least. Because if it did like the rear engine thing, well, I mean, is if you keep your foot on the throttle, the car won't understeer, and I really appreciated that. That's a bit of realism for Gran Turismo 2. Oh, yeah, I want a bit harder. Straight into the wall. Yeah, I have to do 5 laps, and I had to do like 5 laps in those tires, and it will be really annoying. And given how this race is almost over and I could afford the free stop, might as well finish this as quickly as possible. You know, it's not fair that I just spend more time here when the result is almost written. At least that's how I see it. If this was a close race, I mean, I get it, but sadly, my idea didn't pan out. Because the opponent that I was trying to beat didn't appear. So I'll have to save that for another idea. I'm really disappointed with that. No, I didn't lap all the cars actually. So I think. I didn't lap the second Mustang, which is the car that's behind me. But I think we are close to lapping it. Or at least close enough that I can afford the extra stop and I didn't see it anywhere. Because it really didn't overtake me, so here we are. I really wonder where that Mustang is. Because once it crashed into the wall at the lead of the race, I haven't seen it since. Yeah, I have Shelby 350 up ahead. That will be an interesting car to race. It has a racing modification. And it's a nice one. It's a nice racing modification, so that will be an interesting car to do a race with. But personally, I think NA cars are in a bit of a disadvantage compared to turbo cars. So usually I prefer to use turbo cars in this game. You don't have any disadvantage with turbo cars because there's no turbo lag, or at least when there is, it's not noticeable. It's not like Gran Turismo 1 where you can really notice the turbo lag. In here they just removed that, so there's no punishment for using powerful turbo cars. And while yes, in theory NA cars are easier to drive, that's not always the case. Yeah, it's really rare to struggle with oversteer in this game unless you are really rough with your inputs or have a really bad differential tuning or suspension tuning. If you nail those, pretty much you never have to deal with oversteer, at least have issues with oversteer. Yep, I have to let them by. Oof. Yeah, that isn't nice. Thanks for the position, I guess. Yeah, the turbo sound in Gran Turismo 2 is legendary. There's no way about it, it's legendary. No other game since has managed to do such a brilliant turbo sound. It's literally like a jet engine just next to you. You know, thinking about cars that I could use for the next race, what do you all think about the Clio V6? That has a racing modification as well, and it's a nice one as well. I like that. I'm not sure how fast it is on a straight line, and that concerns me, but it's reasonably quick. It's lightweight. It should do fine on the corners on Special Stage 5. I just saw the Renault advert in the main straight and I thought about it. Yeah, I'll get through here and avoid the Dodge Charger. Jesus, that's just a massive car. Oh, yeah, I got tapped by the... thanks, I guess. Yeah, the Clio Sport, the V6, the MR1. Yeah, I always like the Clio V6. But sometimes it's a bit tricky to drive because, well, it's a really small car with a massive engine on the middle. And it's supposed to be tricky to drive. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in this game. It usually never is a problem in this game. Really? Oh god, that's hilarious. Yeah, Grand Valley 60 laps will be fun, but I will have to do that first because it's almost a 2-hour race with something competitive. I think it's over 2 hours with something competitive. I find it a bit strange, like that event in theory I guess it's supposed to be for race cars, but here we have normal street cars and they're not the best fit for a 60 lap race in Grand Valley. Also, that reminds me, the Atlantic 400 has a racing modification and it's brilliant. But it's really quick, so I guess that make for an easy race and yeah. Too much of an easy race. See ya, man. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Have a good Sunday. Yeah, the Atlantic, it's the 400, right? Or the 300, I forget. Yeah, and there we go. The race is over. Ooh. I managed to pull 4 laps on the Dodge Charger. That's just absurd. That's just insane. Alright, I'm going to drink a bit of water. I earned it. I do hope that I get the GT90. I probably talk too soon, but I do hope I get the GT90. Moment of truth. Here we go. Hope the GT90 is here. Hey, GT90! Yes! GT90 for me. Alright, so what's next? Here's what I want to do next. This thing. And we have all sorts of LMP cars racing here. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. You said the Tom's Alteza, right? Yeah, Tom's Alteza. Yeah, I actually really like this car, and I never get to use it, so we'll give it a try. I'll totally give it a try. Yeah, it's a shame the GT90 disappeared from most racing games. Yeah, of course, the green one. It's really a shame. I remember when the GT90 was in most games. Brilliant car, brilliant design. A shame that it never really got anywhere. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think I'm going to need all the power upgrades for this, don't I? Yeah, you have the Lexus IS in Most Wanted, yeah. I hope that's enough. Just over 400 horsepower. I'm not sure how much it weighs, actually. It should be just under a ton. Yeah, the Lexus IS is the Toyota Altezza. Pretty much different name, same car. Ah, man, that's a bit heavy actually. I was waiting for it to be a bit lighter. Huh. Gran Turismo, Need for Speed 2, yes, Need for Speed 2 had the GT90. And it's totally a memory in itself. GT90 versus McLaren F1 was just a classic race. Okay, so now I have to see how do we stand with the gearing of this car. That's going to make or break the car choice that we made here. I'm just gonna... It's a stage 5, I don't need to make it to... I don't need it to take any bumps or anything like it. Let's just... X-Air because we can. Alright, let's see those gears. Okay, that's a bit short. That's a bit short now, and we also have a 6-speed, that's excellent. Oh, yeah, it makes sense now. Ah, that's interesting. So the AS300 has a 2JC, like the aspirated one. Yeah, that's interesting. The car drives fine, it drives really well. So it's all about gears. I'm just going to extend the final drive just a bit more, just to be safe. Because I really don't want to run out of speed on the main straight. So here goes nothing. Oh. Sorry for bumping into you, XJ220. Yeah, the main car to beat here is going to be the GT90. I can already tell you that. The GT90 is the most overpowered car the AI tends to have. Oh. Sorry. Also, those touring cars like the Calibre and the 155, they have probably the best engine in the game. It's a naturally aspirated engine that has a red line up to 16,000 RPM. And they are probably the most fun cars in this special class outside the Scudo. Yeah, this is actually really competitive. I'm first. Yeah, yep, there we go. There we go. It's going to be the GT1. I was going to say GT90. There we go. Here's our competition for the night. And yeah, the design of the first generation AS or Altes is beautiful. I really like especially the rear tail, the tail lights. The 4 tail lights, I really like that. Oh, whoa, did it crash? it just crashed into the wall, right? I was reading the message things, I'm sorry. And I didn't see what it do. I have the R390 on my back. That much I can tell. Yeah, look at it go. It just goes. Yeah, it's going to be night for me. It's almost... it's going to be 8 PM in 20 minutes, actually. Almost morning for you. Oh, God. And the AI just crashed into that gap. I never thought that they crashed into that gap without, assistance from the player. That's interesting to know. And hey, Warfare, hope you're doing well. Yeah. I'm actually keeping up rather well, as long as I don't make any mistakes through the turns. Yeah, I'll be able to keep up with it. Because it brakes really hard for this turn, and I can brake a bit later and recover a lot of distance with it. Also, I really like that in Gran Turismo 2 you have 2 GT1s, like the 98 livery and the 99. And the 98 has like this, they have this graphic design which is like some stripes over it, and the 99 is a lot cleaner. The muscle event with the muscle endurance with the Dodge Neon went really well. It went rather easy. I was expecting for another car to appear, but it didn't, and I didn't want to spend 10 minutes restarting the event until it spawned, but yeah, it went well. Thanks for asking. Oh, we're wheel to wheel here. Yeah, just look at it go. I find it absurd that we have pulled away from the rest of the field, though. Just Look how far we are from the rest of the field already. Oh god. Understeer. Yeah, I'm just going to hold inside and... This is the area where I can beat it. Like, all the corners I can overtake it and beat it. Which is important to know, because I will probably have to overtake this car on track. Because I have no idea when they stop for fresh tires. I have no idea. There's no pit strategy, pit guide for Gran Turismo 2. Nobody knows when the AI stops. It's all research that we have to do, I guess. And I don't know if playing at 60 FPS messes up the AI beating patterns, if that's a word or a way to describe it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold this as long as I can. Well, I did try to hold it as long as I could. Ah, it's straight into the wall. Yeah, I'm sorry about the Dodge Neon race. We did it earlier and now we're trying something as well. Because it's kind of early, I can do another race. Sorry for that. But yeah, we started the stream with the Dodge Neon and now we're trying to beat a GT1. Yeah, that's the thing. If they vary frame rate, we're in a bit of a problem, aren't we? Because it will be near impossible to know what's breaking the AI or not. Oh god. Oh god. Ah, it crashed into me and I just totally blanked in that moment. Oh god, it's gone. It's totally gone. Seven seconds, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this isn't funny anymore. It crashed into me and I totally blanked in that moment. I wasn't expecting to be crashed righted as I was leaving the corner. Totally didn't see it coming. Totally didn't see it coming. But it doesn't matter. We're kind of early in the race anyway. And given that I can keep up with it, we'll probably have to... We have to rely on pit strategy anyway. So if I can drive well and make time, we'll catch up to it and keep up. Keep up until it's time for it to stop. I also have to stop getting stuck when I speak. I get stuck when I speak, and it's so annoying. Yeah, it's going to pull away in the straight, but after that it doesn't have much on me. As long as I drive well, which is, of course, a bit of a miracle given the evidence I just provided you, we'll be fine. Yeah, the only place where I lose time is the main straight. So yeah, we'll be fine, I guess. I just have to stop after it, I guess. I know I have to stop every 15 laps or so to change tires already. But yeah, this car is seriously quick though. I wasn't expecting it to be so fast. I thought it will be a bit slower actually. Goes to show that there's so many cars to discover in this game that I still haven't used fully. Even if I could go back and change a thing of the setup, I will make the front stabilizer a bit softer because it's still fighting with me when I enter the turns. Otherwise, the car is just fine. I really like how it goes. Curves, brake. Good thing is I'm alone, so nobody's going to crash into me and ruin my race again. I'm kind of stuck in no man's land between the R390 behind me and the GT1 up front. So that's really good. Which reminds me, the R390 behind me is the 97 one, the shorter one. We haven't seen that in any Gran Turismo game after, I think. They only used the 98 one, the blue one. Which is the one which is featured in most racing games. Here we had both, like the 97 and 98 together, which is a really nice detail. And you also had the road version of the 97 and 98 both together as well. Which again is a really nice detail. Yeah, it surely likes to understeer a bit much. I should have made the front suspension a bit softer, I guess. But for a setup without even driving the car, I'm happy with it. I can do with this. It's not undrivable. Yeah, so I was recording a bit of Gran Turismo 2 for the following video, and well, yeah. So in Gran Turismo 2 Plus, you can unlock the Castrol Supra, the 96 one, the one from Gran Turismo 1, and they added back the black colors which you could unlock in Gran Turismo 1. And they got the black one first try, the black and green one, which is the most iconic one for me. I always liked that livery. The 82 Corvette is actually a pretty interesting car, because I think the main problem it has, it is like all the older muscle cars, they have that problem with the gearbox. When you replace the gearbox, they become a lot better. Oh god, can you turn? Thanks. Yeah, the road-going variants seem to be a bit forgotten. I think that's because they are really hard to get your hands on them, given how many of them are just one-offs, and some of them aren't even in the hands of the brand anymore. They are on private hands, so that's going to make it even harder to find them. I suppose a studio like Polyphony tries to get their hands on each car they want to model, given how absurd the detail is on their models for Gran Turismo 7. Oh god, I really screwed that turn up. That's disappointing. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the wear already on the tires. The LTS is not so happy on these tires. Come on. Yeah, it's starting to be a bit uncomfortable to drive this thing. The 69 Corvette is the C3 with the 427. The 67 is the C2 with the 427. And the 82 is just the 82 Stingray. That's how I remember them, at least. Come on, just turn. Turn. There you go. I have to do a lot of throttle, play a lot with the throttle to make the car turn in. The time loss is already racking up, I can see. Yeah, it's already racking up. Ah. Right, so I'm just thinking my choices right now. We're going to step into lap 15. And if I stop now, it means I'll have to stop every 15 laps, and that just seems unviable. I won't win the race if I stop so much. But at the same time, I don't really want to... How to say? I don't really want to be caught off guard with destroyed tires when I catch up to the GT1 when it stops. It just seems like a bad idea. Oh, 5th place went into the pits. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks. In a few words, I just want to undercut the GT1. The problem is I don't know how far it is from its stop. That's the only problem I have. Come on, turn in. Yeah, we're stopping this lap. There's no other way I see it viable for me. Oh Jesus, this pit stop is long. But it also means the AI has a longer pit stop to do, which is it works on my side when they stop. "29 seconds. Ain't that nice?" Well, so I was at least 9-ish seconds behind, make it 10. So that means it took 20 seconds for me to stop. So that's a nice thing to know. The AI will take 20 seconds at least in the pit stop or more. So I'm behind the GT1, of course, which is leading the race. The R390 with over 2. Oh, I overtook our car already, which went into the pits. I don't know who that was, but okay, that's one car less. So now I'm thinking which cars are up ahead. So it's the GT1, and if it didn't stop, it's probably the Ford GT40 or the Jaguar XJ220, but I doubt it because the XJ220 is among the slower cars on this class. At least so the AI believes. So the XJ220 and the Opel Calibra tend to be on the bottom of the pack. The GT1, Ford GT40 and Nissan R390 are among the fastest when the AI uses them at least. No, 121. That's not a bad lap actually. We just have to keep a constant 121 pace then and see what happens. I have moments where I am constant and then I just fall off a cliff. Yeah, might be the 60 FPS thing playing up. I like impossible odds. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to throw in the towel just yet. If it doesn't work, it will be disappointing, and if it does work, I'll be happy with the results. I just understeered into that corner entry. I mean, the problem is that I probably have to stop again. That's the problem that I'm facing now. And it doesn't matter which car I choose, they all have the same tire wear. So it really doesn't matter when it comes to tire wear. I'll have to stop whether I want it or not. All I know is that I'm closing into the GT1. Yeah, it's losing a lot of time from worn tires, it seems. So, yeah. I think the GT1 just stopped. Second. Yep, there we go. We're on first. So it stopped on lap 19, starting lap 20. Oof. Yeah, that's a tough window. And that's even assuming it will stop for the 10 final laps. That's a really tough window for me, actually. Jesus. Yeah, I'm first, but the race isn't over yet, so better take it easy. But if I can pull away and not make mistakes, I might be able to squeeze an extra stop. And that will be really useful. So yeah, we might have a chance at this. It depends on how I do it. And fastest lap of the race, 120, went below 121 pace, which is really nice. I also found it funny that both the second and first car at the moment stopped altogether, and I couldn't see which one was in second place before I overtook it, and also the GT1 at the same stop, because that will be useful to know as well. Just to keep eyes on my opponents. Of course, the GT1 is going to close in the straights, but I actually gained time on it on the turns, on the corners, so we kind of even out by the end. In fact, I think if I don't make mistakes and drive well, the GT1 is slower than me. I was going to say GT90. The GT1 seems to be slower than me outside the straights. Not by much, but slower in the end. Also, just out of curiosity, which is the worst endurance experience that you had in any Gran Turismo game? because I have a few actually. There's this one time I was playing Gran Turismo 2 actually and doing the Seattle 100, the 40 laps of Seattle. And I stopped to... I don't know why I stopped. I think I went to get a glass of water or something. And I was already past the middle of the race. And of course I paused the game, no, to get my glass of water. And when I came back, I grabbed the controller and I didn't realize it wasn't the on continue, it was on exit. And so I pressed exit and left the endurance race. I left the endurance race rather than continuing the race. I didn't do endurance races for years until I realized that... oh god, come on. They weren't so bad. And the first one that I did were the 30 laps of Trial Mountain with a TBR. Totally destroyed the competition and was like, this is actually doable. And so I started to do endurance races. Oh, so you did an endurance race. I assume you won and you didn't have a memory card. Oh god, that's terrible. I actually turned off my Gran Turismo 2 I was playing Gran Turismo 2 and was saving once and turned off the console because I had to go somewhere. I totally lost my save that day. And I had to start a new one because I didn't have any options. Yeah, that was painful. Losing that save was painful. Then my garage fell victim to the machine test glitch, and I lost my garage like 3-4 times. After having a really complete garage and all sorts of prize cars, I lost them all and had to get them back again. And the most annoying thing is like some prize cars of the endurance races have 2 prize cars, and some cars feel a bit more common than others. I don't think it's a fair 50-50. I'm not sure if I'm alone on this, but I'm confident that it's not a fair 50-50. And there's some cars which are a bit more difficult to get than others. So getting another Lancia Stratos was a pain. Getting another GT90 was a pain, because I will get endless escort or rally cars instead of the GT90. The colors aren't 50-50 on GT1. Yeah, I can't believe that, given how many times I gotten the same color when I was doing the Mega Speed Cup for grinding. I will always get the purple DB7 rather than the white one. More often than not. I got a few white ones, but they were the rare ones. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm getting it mixed. It's been a long time, a really long time, but yeah, that's how it feels to me. Oh, so I can tell the GT1 is getting closer. The thing is, there's not many randomized prize cars in Gran Turismo 2. You have like the 3 championships, which have they have like 5 randomized cars, and then the endurance races, and that's it. If I'm not wrong, just correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I remember it. Yeah, you have to do like both the GT 300 and 500 a lot of times to get those prize cars. And they're really nice prize cars, actually. And then for the GT World Cup, you have other cars that you can get. For some reason, you can get a Castrol NSX from like 3 events, if I'm correct. I know you can get it from 2. You can get it from the GT World Championship and the touring cars at Grand Valley. I know those 2 give you a Castrol NSX. I'm not sure if they are different, because I think I recall one being a 98 and the other one being a 99. Don't quote me on that, but that's how I remember it. Yeah, the GT1 is there. And I just overtook the Jaguar, which was on the pit lane. Oh. We have traffic up ahead. I think the Calibre just smashed the wall and lost a lot of time. Oh god, I don't want to overtake you in this section. Really, this is the worst place to have traffic. But maybe I can use it for a slipstream if you don't pit. The GT1 is up there. I can see it already. Yep, here it comes. Yeah, there's 2 Castrol Mugen NSX, right. I remember that. I remember being so disappointed when I beaten the GT World Cup for the first time and got another Castrol NSX when I had one in my garage already. And at first I thought that was the only prize car. Then of course with time I realized there were more prize cars. But that was really funny. I want to get past you already. Yeah, probably get past it on this section because he's gonna brake harder than I. Yeah, there we go. I'll leave the GT1 to deal with that now. But it's probably going to go past it right on the main straight, alright? It's probably going to be destroyed on the main straight by the GT1. Yep, just look at it go. Jesus, that thing is just so quick. I do have to hold my car for as long as I can because I'm not sure if the GT1 is going to stop for the last 10 laps. I really want to take the gamble, but yeah, we're not sure. TXR Stros, pretty much. Pretty much. Just add the SP bar on top and we're golden. Alright, now I'm just going to look behind me on each straight because I have to block as much as I can. Never mind. See how it just goes past me, and I'm just going to dive, and I don't care. We're side by side. Now I just have to block this thing until I can stop. I'm just going to take the gamble and I'm going to stop when I can. I'm just going to stop. But I can't stop now because if I stop now, I'm going to be in trouble for the end of the race. I think I'll have to stop on the latter end of this part. I think lap 37, 38 should be good enough to give me enough room to stop and make sure the GT1 stops if they do. If they don't, I'm dead, pretty much. If the GT1 doesn't stop, the race is over. Yeah, I could, but I want to avoid pushing it into a wall. I mean, I could do that any day of the week. Ah, it was closer than I thought. Yeah, Jesus, he just pulled away a second from me. I might not push you into a wall, but I'm totally going to use you. Yeah, he goes on the inside and overtakes me. God damn it. Totally going to use you, though. Yeah, I'm going to push you a little bit. Sorry. You're too fast. My tires are desperately asking to be replaced. Oh god, that's a lot of red. To be fair, the GT1 did spin you out. Yes, it kind of did. It kind of did spin me out, didn't it? Oh, come on. It just doesn't turn anymore. It just doesn't turn anymore. Hey! No! No! Oh no, this is a really bad spot. Ah, I went straight into the wall. Bye. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god damn it. Ah. Yeah, this car just it just gave up on me. It just gave up on me. It refuses to turn anymore. It doesn't want to turn anymore. Yeah, I can't drive like this anymore. It doesn't turn, it slides whenever I push the throttle. It's game over for this car. I should have realized. Yeah, I totally should have realized on the previous lap. However, on my advantage, I have to say that the last time I was almost 20 seconds behind when I stopped, and maybe now I'm not that far behind. Which means if the GT1 has a chance... Yeah, I'm 7 seconds behind. I'm screwed. No, actually, I didn't went for the full limited slip. I have a different setup for the LSD that works for me. I don't know if it's the right one, but yeah, it kind of works for me. I actually have the initial rather low, acceleration high, and deceleration high, low as well. Oh, yeah, thanks, I guess. Yeah, we're far, alright. We're so far behind. Holy shit. There's no way around it. I have a car in front of me and I don't know what it is. I want to catch up to it. Ah, it's a Nissan. It just hit the wall, I guess. Alright, good. We're getting past the traffic. 25. We're gaining on the GT1, that's good. I'm not sure if there's still much hope, because by the end of the race my tires will be destroyed. So yeah, this isn't looking too good, actually, if I have to be honest. Yeah, pretty much warfare, that's the problem that I'm going to have. Pretty much. I wanted to hold it a bit longer, but I couldn't. And even, let's say I could hold it a bit longer, I'm still relying on the GT1 stopping yet again. But I guess my final chance will be keep gaining on the GT1, make sure it stops on lap 40. And given how last time I was almost 20 seconds behind when it stopped, and I still managed to hold a lead for some time, make sure my lead is decent enough to cover the time lost by the time we are at the end of the race. So far, that's the only strategy that I can think of. Make as much time right now and hope it stops in lap 40, and yeah. Make sure I can win, I guess, to just do everything I can. Oh god. But yeah, if it happens, it will be really lucky. I'm going to admit that it will be just pure luck rather than skill. Right now I'm just gambling on it stopping, and if it doesn't stop, yeah, game over. I'm sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I'm kind of focusing on gaining on the GT1 now. I don't really want to lose this race, alright? I invested a lot of time. And it will be nice to bring a win to my collection. I'm trying to catch a Toyota GT1. Also, welcome, Stombato. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah, but we went from 28 seconds to 19 in just a few laps. So, I don't know. I'm getting my hopes high. I'm not going to deny it. Can the GT1 just crash into the wall? That it probably is crashing into the wall. That's why I'm gaining so much on it. I just realized. There's a big chance that's what's happening, and that's why I'm gaining so much time on it. Oh god, that will be funny. I think the GT1 just stopped. Yep, there it is. Okay. Oof. Well, I have to survive 11 laps on the lead. So if I was gaining on it, I just have to push as much as I can on the following 11 laps. And just pray to whatever god that I believe in, or I start to believe in right now, to win this race. Oh man. What have I gotten myself into? What have I gotten myself into? And the XJ220 is up ahead. Really, I seem to catch cars at the worst section of the track, and I have to slow down so much to avoid them crashing into them, or worse. I really don't want to get traffic on that final section. I'm keeping up with the XJ220 on the straights. Oh, get out of my way already. Yeah, I'm sorry, the XJ220 is really nice. I really like the XJ220. It's one of my favorite cars. But still, I really wanted to get past it as fast as I could. Yeah, I'll pray to the Suzuki Scudo, good idea. good memories of cheesing every event with the Suzuki Scudo. Who didn't do that in this game? It's you kind of have to do it at least once to experience the power of the Suzuki Scudo in Gran Turismo 2. It's unreal. It's something that cannot be explained with words. Because I don't think there's any other car in Gran Turismo, in the franchise as a whole, that's so dominant like the Scudo in this game. There's nothing like it. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who feels this way. Right, we're holding the lead. 9 laps to go. Also, just out of curiosity, real quick, does anyone remember when I stopped for the last time? Just so I can do some quick math on how bad do I have it for the end of the race. Because the tires are already yellow. Yeah, if there was a car so broken in every Gran Turismo game, it will be something special. Really special. Also, yeah, this race is memorable already for me. I'll tell you that much. Lap 34, so at 49, yeah, thanks. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Yeah, it's going to be close. I'm going to lose time over on the following laps, that's for sure. Yeah, it's going to be really close. Thanks for letting me know the laps. I really forgot. Understeer, come on. Yeah, I went a bit late there. That's unfortunate. Still, it's not a massive time loss, but it's still a time loss. Also, I really have to ask myself if the closest car to me, of course behind me, is the GT1 or is actually the XJ220, because I believe is the GT1 and the XJ220 is fighting with another car, which they are both of them packed together on the map. Because if the GT1 is on that pack, those two cars packed behind, that might be useful for me. If it's on the main straight already, then yeah, it's close, alright. It's going to catch up to me. That will be interesting to know, but there's no way to know. Oh, last lap was a 1:23. Jesus, I'm losing so much time. '21, '22. I can settle with a 1:22. 1:23 is just a bit too much. Yeah, so I think because the GT1 stopped earlier, it didn't stop on lap 40. It stopped on lap 38, so it's going to be in a bit of a trouble as well. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how it plays up. Oh yeah, did you all know that on the broken release of Gran Turismo 2, the one where the M12 appears, in this race the swapped opponent is actually a Citroen Santia? And of course the cars on this lineup just destroyed the Santia. Yeah, it's probably the GT1. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, really. Because I'm not sure. I doubt it, but I think the XJ220 it just gets destroyed on the main straight. It can't do anything against the GT1, and I'm already starting to understeer on this corner, which isn't good. Ah, come on. Right, so we have 5 laps to go. And the tires are on dark yellow, turning orange already. Yeah, I actually have an idea to make a video about the broken release of Gran Turismo 2. It should be part of the review of Gran Turismo 2 that I'm doing, and if all goes well, it should come out on this week. I don't know the day because I still have to put a few finishing touches on it, but it should be part of that review that I'm writing right now. Yeah, it will be hilarious. Like, why the hell there's a Santi among all the LMPs and GT1 cars? That will be hilarious. It's just one of those questions that one has to ask why. In the same case that there's a Vector M12 racing against city cars in Trial Mountain, it's one of those things. Why? Why does it happen? Still, that's pretty funny. The other ones outside the M12 and the Santi aren't worth mentioning, I think. Like, yeah, they are a bit off the... They stand out, like in Laguna Seca, where you have the Japanese Super GT cars. You have a Viper GTS, a regular Viper GTS, and it gets destroyed by the Super GT cars. So yeah, they are a few cars that stand out, but in the way that the Santi had in the M12, there's none, I think. On 23, god damn it, I'm so slow right now. And the GT1 is closing in already, I can tell. I can totally tell it's closing in. Yeah, the 306 in the NA Cup, it's really funny. At first I thought that was, yeah, it's just part of the grid, but it doesn't make any sense either. It really doesn't make any sense. Easy now, don't slide on me. The other one that's funny, it's in that release of Gran Turismo 2, there's a race on Tahiti Maze, a rally race, and the 206 rally car that you have to race against, it's broken. And as soon as the race starts, it just goes into a wall, and it pretty much means you have a free race to win. Okay, 3 laps more. 3 laps more. Yeah, I have to brake a bit harder for some turns. I have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, I don't want to brake too hard because I will lose a lot of time to the GT1. I mean, not that I'm already losing time. I am already losing time, my bad. And I don't want to make that even worse. Oh god, those tires are just orange already. I can see it already. I can totally see that GT1. I think it's going to catch up for this lap. I really don't want to lose to it on the final lap defending on the straight. That will be so humiliating for me. I really don't want that to happen. And I'm already starting to think that might be the case given how close it is. And the fact that I couldn't hold it earlier makes me think that that's a possible outcome. Oh man, I'm getting nervous. I've been nervous for the last 15 laps, I'm not going to deny that. Come on. Easy, turn in. You have no idea how much this thing is understeering right now. Yeah. Just 1 lap more. Just 1 lap more. Don't do this on me. The GT1 is there already. I have to defend. Okay, so it's going to brake. It's going to brake. We're fine. We're fine for now. Turn. I don't know where it is. There it is. Hey there. Yeah, I know. I have this and I haven't used it already. But I don't see the GT. There it is, the GT1. I have the rear view mirror thing enabled and I didn't use it until now. I just remembered that I had it. I didn't crash on the wall. The GT1 doesn't crash on the wall. Of course it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not going to let you take the outside. I'm not giving you the outside either. Okay, this is close. This is getting too close for comfort now. Don't crash into me, GT1. Come on. Come on, come on. No, no, no! No! I knew that will happen. That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. I thought I had the right line to stop it. It just squeezed past me and it got me. Well, this is, for one, this is doable. So we know this is doable. But I'll have to try a bit harder, I guess. 31 seconds ahead of the other car, though. 31 seconds. I can live with that. I guess we'll come back another time for revenge. Yeah, this is totally doable. Very well. I guess that's it. It will have to be done another time. I'll have to practice a bit more. Still, thanks for the idea. This car is really nice. I really appreciated it, and it was fun to do. I'll have to try a bit harder next time, and it'll probably come together. So I'm kind of I'm almost ready to end the stream. I want to thank everyone who watched those both races and been here from the start. I hope it's been fun, even if I lost one, but it was close enough, so I'm happy with that. I hope you are as well. And also, for those that are curious, I left a link on the description for a Discord server, which is mine. If you want to join and keep up to date of all the stuff I'm doing for the channel, make sure to get there. And yeah, I'll see you all for the next stream, because I'm going to start streaming at least twice a week in Gran Turismo 2. So I hope you all have a good night, and thanks for coming. See you all next time.